Welcome back, everyone, for another exciting build video. We are done with all the trusses. That's right, I said it, we're done with all the trusses. And what a job it was. Finishing all those trusses took a couple weeks on its own. Thanks to the help of Mr. Vasquez in class here, we established that February 2nd was the day that we started this process. It is May 7th, meaning we have worked for 14 weeks on this. At a rate of 4 hours per week, we have spent 56 hours on this, and it is not done yet. But we are at the point where we stand up the trusses. So let's see what they want us to do with this layout. I'm on sheet 9, and we have, what's on what side here? So we're going an inch and a half space. And begin at the right edge of the front wall shown on the layout plan. The cap plates using your tape measure. Okay, well, which one is that? Layout for the truss. Okay, photograph shows layout across cap plates. So I'm looking at this. I was reading over here first. Now I'm reading this. Okay. Oh, this orientation has the closets in the other position. So this is backwards. Oh, hey, I put this little couch in there. I put the couch in there. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. The couch should be in the living room. Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at this now. Do I have the correct orientation? Yes. Okay, this. Oh, I get what they mean. I read this too fast. Position the house with the front facing you. Here's the front door to the house. So I read through that too quickly. Okay, so now we have to lay out all these marks up here, and we have to work our way across. Yes, so my house is totally square. They're talking about the squareness of it. Yes, mine's very square. It's within just a few centimeters, whatever. Make sure that's over there. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is where to start. What side do you start? Begin at the right edge of the front wall. Oh, okay. So it has a start here. It wants us to start going this way, and then this one start going the other way. What the heck? I do. Okay, I don't like the way that they're doing this. They want us to start from one side and go to the other side and one side and go to the other side. I absolutely disagree with this completely. You should work your way from one side over to the other side. That's the way it's actually done. So uh, this I don't like starting over here and going this way and then going over here and doing this way. They're actually different measurements, and one is actually offset from the other, so they'll probably want some type of crisscross effect. No way. Absolutely zero. Okay, so I'm going to make a spacer, and then I'm going to label the spacer for this process. Since we're done with all the headers, I'm actually going to use a 4x4 piece for that, and it says 1 and 9/16. Boy, that's very exact. I'm going to need to get a ruler for this. Oh wait, I have to use only the stuff that we have in the box. Okay, so I'm going to sand this. Were people distributed a ruler with their kit? Not from me, but from another pickup. At the beginning of the year when you got your textbooks, were you able to get a ruler? If so, I'll use a ruler. If not, I use the measuring tape. I'm not seeing anybody say anything. So let's go ahead and jump over to the measuring tape. And then I need my cutting surface. And then 1 and 7/16. Okay. Okay. This is my 1 and 7/16 block. So I'm going to go here, and then we're going to need one that's 1.5. So I'm going to sand this flat. Oh, I see what they're doing. I'll need to do one that's 1 and 9/16. I can see what's happening here. Okay, so this is 1 and 9/16. And so that will be the one we do on the front. And then from there, we're gonna go 1 1/2. So I'm gonna keep the 1 and 7/16 separate. I'm gonna put a big X on it. So I can identify it quickly. Okay, and then I need one more speed block of 1 1/2. I think I have that right here. No, that's not 1 1/2. I'm going to do the 1 1/2 piece now. Great. All right, so now that I've made my blocks 1 1/2 and 1 and 9/16, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do a mark, and I'm going to get my pencil sharpened so that I can make some. Actually, I'm going to use a pen so you can see it. It's actually really hard to see if you're if I don't use the black mark. Good news. The bird that flew in the classroom is still alive. Yep, even though it hit the wall pretty hard. So hopefully it finds its way outside. Okay, here we go. So I have the pen. I have the black pen now. And so it says start with 1 9/16. And so that's what we have here. We have our 1 9/16 block. And I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to make the line, and then I'm going to put the line a little bit down, and they want me to put the X to the right of the line. So although you make the line 1 9/16 in, you put the X to the right side of the line. Okay, now I'm going to switch blocks to my 1 1/2 block, and it wants me to go all the way down with 1 1/2s. And then it says there should be 1 7/16 left. So let's see what happened here. 1 7/16? No. Okay, that did not work out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16, but the spacing is wrong. I'm going to try this again, but I'm going to make a much longer block. And I think the problem is the line has a certain width to it. So let's try. Let's try just with the tape. Okay, we have 1 minute left, so I'm going to go ahead and stop there. Take a little pause. After a brief pause to collect my thoughts, I have determined what went wrong with the spacing initially. Using the blocks for the spacing is okay for the end and the beginning and the end, but in the middle, you actually have to use the tape measure and then go every 1 1/2 inches and do your marks. And you're doing the marks on the face that's facing you so that you can see them from the side. You could do the marks on the top, but they could get covered and be hard to see, so you're supposed to make them on the front of the building, the vertical face. So I'm going to rotate And then if I'm not mistaken, this is the 1 and 9/16 block, yes. So we're going to start with the 1 and 9/16 block, yes. And then we're going to go and we're going to do all these marks. So we're going to get the tape measure out and our black pen, and then it's every inch and a half all the way down. So go ahead and get the tape measure out, lock your tape in a position that you can see it. And this is a kind of a weird position to have it in. I think I need something to hold it up. I need something bigger. Okay. Okay, here we go. So as I've aligned it here at the 1 and 9/16 mark, then I'm going to mark 1 and a half. Then I'm going to mark 3. Then I'm going to mark 4 and a half. Then I'm going to mark 6. Then I'm going to mark 7 and a half. Then I'm going to mark 9. Then I'm going to mark 10 and a half. Then I'm going to mark 12. Wait. 3, 6, 9, 12. It just looks weird because that broke it up a little bit. Then 1 and a half. 13 and a half. 15. 16 and a half. 18. 19 and a half. 21. 22 and a half. And there should be 7/16 left. 1 and 7/16. So let's check. No, that did not work out. The 1 and 7/16 should end right here. So that's the end. And I'll have to figure out what happened here. I think that the spacing went weird on me. Let me double check with my speed block. 1 and a half, 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 1 and a half. Oh, that's weird. It looks like it should be right. Let me check the 1 9/16 again. That doesn't account, it's, I think everything was right except for the last one, in which I think I went too long. Yeah, I think I marked this one wrong. That's weird. Yeah, it's all shortened by quite a bit because of the thickness of the line. And so my lines up here aren't perfect, but I'm going to mark to the left of them. Let me double check that. Yes, we need to mark to the left. Okay, so we've transferred the lines onto the top. I'm satisfied with the alignment. It's a little weird, but sure. Okay, I've double checked step 4 here. And the way I checked step 4, I'd just like to say, I started with a 1 9/16 block here, and I got a one, and I put my 1 9/16 block there. That's confirmed. Then I put over here my 1 7/16 block. That's confirmed. And then my 1 7/16 block. That's confirmed. So all my spacing is right, but you definitely need to use the tape measure when you do this. So don't forget to use that. Don't use a spacer block like I did for this one. The thickness of the lines get in the way. They move everything over too much. Okay, so now that everything is done, so I went here, raising the trusses. Make sure the house is as square as possible. Refer to the instructions number 16 under wall raising and assembly. bracing and assembly. On sheet 7, all of the trusses except for the 2 end trusses will be raised up and nailed to the right and left of the layout marks where you place the X. All of ours will be on top of the X, on top of the X's. So I will put X's on this side. The other side, I messed them up. So this one, I'll rotate it again. Okay, so that's looking good there. So I can get a visual from the other side when I rotate this back around. And use the following instructions, photographs on sheet to raise and nail the trusses. Install the 4 sway braces and 17 ridge blocks. Okay, I have not cut the ridge blocks, so I'm going to look at what sheet that's supposed to be on. I don't see that at all, so I'm not sure where those come from. Right now, again, I'd like to state we are 56 hours into this project, and we're about to get these trusses up. Now, I don't have those ridge pieces, so I'm reading these instructions here. There's some grouping being done here, so I'd like to point to this photograph here. This is really what the first part of the instructions are talking about. Oh, snap. Okay, so you actually have to put these through the other ones to install the sway braces. And it says 3, 5, and 11. Okay, let me rotate this. Okay. So the sway braces, let's bring those over. It seems like there's 4 sway braces. So I have those here. And then I'm also going to need some nails. I'm going to get those out. Have those handy. Okay, so there's some groups of things that are going on here, which are kind of weird. So it says that for the sway braces to be installed on I'm looking at this picture here. 3, 5, and 11. Let's label which ones those are. 3, 5, and 11. Put my trusses down. 1, 2, 3. So this is 3. I'm using a purple pin to circle on the front vertical face and the top. 1, 2, 3. Purple pin to circle. Then the next one is 5. I don't know why they're doing 5. That seems like it's very close to 3. Hmm. 4, 5. But the 5 goes the other direction. 4, 5. Here it is here. And here it is here. So one's going down this direction and the other one's going that direction. And so by that means that you should have it from the other side symmetrical. And so then it says 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the 11. Also, I'm just going to count again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Here. And so that's going to be where we get ours going. So let's see, I'm going to have 3. Okay, so this is going to be for number 3. Okay. And then we're going to have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll almost get to 11. Okay, so this seems a little weird, but I can see the pictures, and the pictures are really pointing in this direction here. So really look at this picture here, and this shows us going all the way out to the edge and up to 3. But this is like a weird part because you're going to be going inside. You're weaving in and out. So let's grab a sway brace. And then, yes. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And so 1 and 2 go through. And then the third one holds it up, which is weird because it doesn't seem long enough. No, wait a minute. There it is. I had the alignment off. Okay. So with it woven in and out, I'm going to get 2 nails. And the nails may break out, and I might break this piece, but that's okay. Put it directly on top of the X. One nail is in. And then let's get this other nail in, right on top of the X. Great. Okay. I'm very happy with my alignment there. Now, I'm actually going to put a nail in the center. This is because I don't think I'll be able to access this easily afterwards. I'm putting a nail in there, and I'm putting another nail in here. Actually, that's able to hold it all up on its own. So I don't know why we need the sway braces, except it's like extra style points. So when you don't have to nail these other ones in yet, but you have to go through this, and there's going to be a ridge block. And the ridge blocks look like, yeah, they're going to go right on top of the gusset. So be below the gusset when you're nailing this, and the nail may stick out. Try to make sure it's as vertical as possible. I think the way to go about this is to toe this in first over here. And once that's toe nailed in, then I can grab another nail and I can get the alignment piece on the top here. Applying, okay, flip them down, flip the gables down, excuse me, flip the trusses down. Try to align it. It seems like it's going to be really hard not to stab myself, but we're going to do it anyway. Great, that's in. Okay, so if you've done this right, you have two that are kind of locked in here. This sway brace goes through these first and second ones. Okay, I'm not going to stand those up just yet. I'm going to go on for these next ones that it's talking about. So then, if we're looking at the next sway brace, then I'm going to space these out a little bit more so that they make more sense. I'm going to start by going up here, and then it really looks like, that's 4. Oh, there's a gap. So this one doesn't need to be in there right now. So I'm just going to put it up close to that other one, and then we're gonna bring in number 5. So I'm just looking for my purple marks. I really like the way that's standing up, so I'm going to get some nails in it. This one's getting in my way, so I'm going to put it off to the side. We don't need that one for now. We don't need 4. That feels very sturdy with just 4 nails in it. Okay, so if we have all of these in, then we have to look at the sway brace going out. That doesn't seem long enough. Hmm. I'm looking at the front. It says we should have another sway brace here, but this doesn't look long enough. I'm going to double check my measurements on the sway brace. Sway brace is the right height. Let's go to 11, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so when I look at 11, if it's symmetrical, will be going this direction. And let's see how that looks. Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense from that direction. So I'm going to approach 11 and forget this other one for now because it's not making any sense. It doesn't hit anything up here unless I put another piece on top to go across, which I guess that wouldn't be bad. I'm checking to see if I messed up something. Let me check the floor. Oh, there's a gap there. That's weird. It doesn't appear to be aligned right, but we'll just keep going. I'm going to move these off for now so I can get better access. I'm going to get the close one first for alignment. Okay, that one's in. And then the sway brace would go this direction, so let's toenail this in. But toenailing it is going to mean that we have to have two on it. So I'll put these two, leave this inside, and then stand them up. Flip them up like that, and you shouldn't have a problem. I drop my nail, getting another nail. This is where it'd be nice to have one more hand, but we don't have that. So this will be probably one of the most difficult parts for you because these want to keep flipping over. Toenail the bottom of the sway brace in and grab another nail. Flip the two down, align this part to the top of the gusset. And this is kind of hard without stabbing yourself with that. Great, that's in there. Okay, those two are locked in. And then we're going to, I assume, do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to go over here to, and then we skipped one over here, and then we went to this one. So then this will be your next one here. And if that's the, let me double check that spot. That says that's 11. If this is 11, 12, 13, so then this would be the 13th. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to work out just great. And so let's get some more nails. And to get this in, I like starting with the one that's close. Oh, let me mark it with the purple pin so I don't have to think about it. So skip one, purple pin, circle. Skip one, purple pin, circle. It's less, there's less for me to think about then. I'm gonna look for a little better one. That's way better. Okay. Okay, that is, we're going great so far. I have another opportunity to get a few more nails in on the top there. So I'm just gonna put a couple more in. I mean, if you just have access to the ridge, the one that's running down the center, that's fine, but we have an opportunity to get in several more nails. So I'm just like I put 4 in there. That's really made this quite strong. Great. Okay, so let's look at what this looks like here. We're going to need a few more. And so we will need 1, 2, and a third to finish this off. Let me grab that. And we need the final sway brace. I don't know what's going on over here. I wanted to hit something, but it looks like it's missing. So I'll have to look at that more carefully later. But for now, let's get the third one in. Okay, so for the sway brace to hit that one, then we're going to go all the way down. 2, 3. No, it is the third one. Wait a minute. I put it in the wrong position. So this would be the third one. And then you do one in between. They cross them. I'll have to figure out the mystery of the sway brace in the center later. But this is the 11th one, so I know that that's right. And then we would skip one. And then we would go over here. So on this side, we actually did 1, 2, 3, and the third one was the sway brace, and then the fourth one was missing. Excuse me, the third one had the sway brace, and the fourth one was missing. So we went 1, 2, 3. So we should have gone 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put this one right next to it. And let's check for this fit. Fits very good on this one. So I'm going to go with this one next. And then forget this one for now. Super hard going in. I'm going to take that out. Yeah. That's nice. Okay, so let's get that sway brace back and then count 2 additional pieces. And then we're going to want to toenail the brace in. So the brace goes like this. Stand up these. Grab a nail. Toenail the sway brace in. Flop the trusses down. Align the the top of the sway brace right underneath Okay, that's just enough to hold it. So then when you stand these two up, then those two will stand up there and there. They kind of don't want to stand up on their own because, well, this one doesn't at least. But then this one would go there, and then these two would be stood up here. And then you have the gap. And then somehow the other sway brace is supposed to go over here, but I'm not sure how that span is supposed to work out for it. Look. Send this, and we stand those up, and that. Oh, maybe they just mean there's three because it says 3, 4, and 11. And so when I think about the orientation of this, I'm looking at the back. So, oh, maybe they meant this 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then 4, 3, 3, 5. 3, skip 1. So that would be this one. If it was this one, if this was the 5th, I was counting from this side. I was counting from this side going this way, but they seem like they're counting from this side going that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then the sway brace would have been there. And then if this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then this would have been 11. If that's 11, then the sway brace reaches. Okay, so it looks like the counting is from the right side to the left side. What that means for this one on the end, the one on the end is correct, but I'll need to move this one over. So I think I can just install that now and then put in the last sway brace, but then this one would need to be moved. This one will have to move one over. I'll have to move that one just one over. But then this one, so their labeling, I don't like it, but we're counting from this side here. So I'll say it very clearly. Here is the entrance to the house. Here's the front door, okay? On the right side, count 1 here, 2 here, 3. This is your first sway brace. 4, skip it. 5, here's your next sway brace, going that direction. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Here is your 11th one, and your 11th will successfully go there and actually go down there. So this one will scoot over and that one will go down. So I'll need to move that. And then 11, then you skip 2, I suppose, and you skip 2. Yeah, it looks like we're skipping 2 in this math equation, but I'm not. I don't like their numbering on it. On this, the way that the picture shows it is the sway brace goes all the way to the exterior edge. So these two are great. Okay, so I would just need to sort out this one in the middle, and once I sort this one out and actually put it going this way down, it will reach. Maybe they just overlap there. Oh, they might just overlap there. Let me try to put that into place and see if that's what's going to happen. I'm quickly going to do it, even though it's not going to stay in that position. Where did my last one go? 1, 2, 3. So what we would do, if this is the one, we would put that here and then put that up there. And maybe they do overlap on that one. So 1, 2, yeah. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to move this one. Okay, so that's my official decision on that, just from the way that it worked out. I don't think that one needs to get moved. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. This is where you nail the sway brace. 4, 5. Then the 6th one is actually another sway brace. Then you just work your way this way, and these have a crisscross. Those actually crisscross in the middle. So I like the symmetry of this being in the middle. And so let's just count it out. I'll count the hash marks from the right side moving left. The 3rd, so number 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number 6, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 14. So that is 3, 6, 11, and 14. Okay, so there was, in my opinion, an error in the directions, and the assembly that we'll have is going to be symmetrical. I feel like that is the aesthetic choice on this. I hope that you all have enjoyed this build.